smitten. The discarded tire confirms she's in the right place, but the rundown old trailer is nowhere to be found. Desperate for answers, Katrina sets out into the sagebrush in search of any sign of the mysterious healer. Just then, a passing tanker truck pulls up behind her car and tries to wave them off. She's forced to explain her bizarre behavior and the driver's intentions. Their car stumbles without a warning. Cross tire stopping aggressively towards her, aggressively behind her aim as the armed assailant closes in for the kill. Three fast gunshots inexplicably manifest across his body and face. Suddenly, the cautionary trend of the nearby snake crossroad heading to the desert floor. Instead of concentrating on his fingers, the tic-tac right in front of her, Katrina looks at the rocket coiled reptile from the having a look like her name on the church wheel. Find both the dead man walking and his truck seem to vanish into thin air. That out of the way, Katrina heads back to town and pulls into the local hotel to evaluate her situation. A quick Google search pulls up a slew of murders that have taken place in the town of Minneapolis. History illuminating the fatal unit of a truck driver just outside the city limits. Clicking into the article reveals the victim to be the very same man that was threatened to bash her brains in on the side of the highway. Upon close examination of the crime scene photos, Katrina spots the painless sunlight the victim was in lower background. In a separate incident of senseless bloodshed, the lawyer throws down to death in a local diner. Turns out to be the dead butler in the back of the hospital. Evidently, the criminal had been treating a soul for his soul while carrying out a grisly act. Just like the murder, his slender frame of the dealer can be seen in the reflection of a window during the news coverage. Returning to the desert was a complete waste of our extremely limited time. If you trust your own eyes enough to believe what you saw back at the hospital, there's no point in burning up an hour round trip just to confirm what you already know. Unless we were certain we could sweet talk the old hag into letting this one slide, we should be spending every second we have talking to her plan to run someone out. There's no way we could have known ahead of time that our driver was in on this, so we should have hightailed it the moment we saw the weapon. Sure, we might very well have another rattlesnake on the tire out of this hole is going to kill you a hell of a lot faster than any snake venom. Of course, once we see these locals, safe men, he's involved with the healer lady inspector. He seems to know about our situation. The good news is, between our run-in with the ghost truck driver that we saw online, we look out for the know that we are in. Unfortunately, none of it gets us any closer to solving the situation, given the unusually high number of people in such a small town. It's possible someone in the area is looking into the situation, such as a journalist. We should do a search for any local market attempting to link the events or the mention of mysterious killer, and then contact the authors to try to find out what they know. That said, we're in daylight, and if we can't find a way to weasel out of the deal, any time spent messing around with something in the game would only do worse to get stuff. Also, since we'll probably end up targeting some of the contact we have with the townsfolk. It's currently 12:18 p.m. Company to go home. Sunset is
We all know Patricia died rituals, so pretty good help. With the planning and preparation to get that food and free, that's it. To your team and the team. Thankfully, there's amazing
knowing now what must be done to save her daughter's life. Katrina changes back to the hospital and safety seems right. Directly across from the still kicking, which is less likely to change in the very near future. The man's son-in-law posted up by his side and Katrina
I love you. Got it. Alright, and action.
Introducing herself as
Okay, what the fuck are you keep
back to the hospital room. The guys meeting with somebody eventually, Lorraine walks out to meet with her. Shuts the door and pulls one of the pillows out from under her intended victim. The thought of an entire stuffing up her she can bear. She heard the reports at the last second and running to a nearby bathroom. After regaining her composure, Katrina exits the bathroom. Staring at her. She snapping at his wrist. He then begins slamming his forehead into the glass until it shatters. Terrified, Katrina falls backward out of the driver's side door and nearly takes an F-150 to the face. The irate motorist exits his vehicle and demands an explanation, but Katrina barely acknowledges him, instead turning back to deal with the unintended child headbutting her Subaru. Only he's gone. Wanting desperately to forget the last 5 minutes, Katrina heads straight to a local watering hole, knocks back a couple whiskeys. Just then, a frazzled young woman, Abby, walks in through the door wearing a busted lip. She quickly takes a seat at the bar, but before she can even drink her beer below the neck, her piece of shit husband, Billy, storms in and practically drags her off the stool. He then forces her to apologize to everyone there, to which the owner responds by telling them both to leave, knowing that Billy's actually a mafia hitman sent to assassinate the owner of a local avocado farm. Katrina asks the bartender if they live nearby and follows them out to the street. She hops in her car and tails the couple all the way back to their house, taking note of their address before continuing down the road a ways. After scoping the place out on Google Maps, she exits her vehicle and retrieves an embarrassingly small knife from a cooler in the back. Looking around to make sure no one's laughing, she sees a lone priest standing in the tacked-up ruins of an ancient church. The helpful holy man politely reminds her that firearms are a thing before spontaneously bursting into flames and burning up without a sound. This divine inspiration brings her to a local gun shop, but because she's not a Texas resident, the owner is legally obligated to refuse the sale. Katrina begs him to bend the rules, claiming to be the victim of a recent highway attack that landed her daughter in the hospital. While this attempt clearly pulls at his heartstrings, the sympathetic old man reaffirms his inability to arm her himself, but he happens to know someone who can. The shopkeeper's directions lead Katrina to an old zombie. Request, she shows her face to the nearby security camera, and the door opens, revealing a pink-splattered weirdo surrounded by his half-baked renditions of death metal album covers. Right off the bat, the strange man asks her for ID and pats her down. It's now 2:49 p.m., meaning Katrina has less than 3 hours to put someone in the dirt, or else it's curtains for her little girl. The money changes hands, and Katrina receives her blood night.
He is empty or last with one shot. Yeah.
Intimate needs. Keep it fresh.
Price gouging son of a bitch.
I for my magma shot. Yeah.
Lots of nine. With their business concluded, the artsy arms dealer offers to teach her how to use the gun she just purchased. But
you are some of this wall crying. I know.
After watching a brief video by some Paul Harrell knockoff, Katrina takes a few breaths in a plastic water bottle, only managing to hit what she's aiming at from about 10 feet. Yeah, I get the kid on the bike was a real creeper, but at this point, Katrina should be used to seeing freaky shit that can't hurt her. Flipping out like that only draws unnecessary attention, which is the last thing we need while we're literally prowling around town looking for another evil, psychopathic murderer to take out. Without our magical powers bestowed upon us, the citizens of Tulia would have no idea all these deceptively charming serial killers are lying in wait. It sort of figures that hanging around a bar in the middle of the day would be a great way to find an unsavory character, but damn, we hit the jackpot with this loser. The only downside is that he's not 100 years old and ready to keel over any second, but we'll have to take what we can get. Probably shouldn't have shown so much interest in him before leaving the bar, however. If he suddenly winds up dead, the bartender could remember that we were asking about him. I would have pretended to be freaked out by the experience and left without saying anything. You should also be careful not to tail him too closely. Folks in really small towns tend to recognize one another by the cars they drive, so seeing an unfamiliar vehicle following them home might arouse some suspicion. Once we know where Billy lives, we need to head back to the motel and change our clothes before we even think about making a move. Too many people have seen us in this outfit. If any one of his neighbors spot us going in and out of the house, there'll be more than a dozen people that could potentially recognize the description of what we're wearing. We'll also need to find something more substantial than Katrina's pathetic excuse for a night. Fortunately, the Phantom Padre showed up in time to bring her the good word of Gaston Glock, That said, federal law only prohibits the sale of handguns to non-residents, so she could have still purchased a rifle or shotgun without any issue. However, since we'll be forced to operate in broad daylight, we'd be much better off with a weapon we can easily conceal. Props to Katrina for passing that speech check. Her story had just the right mix of trauma and truth to make for an effective lie. Unfortunately, this led her to the creepiest person in all of Texas. I mean, look at this shit. Honestly, the moment I saw the security camera over the garage door, I would have noped right out of there and tried something else. Allowing yourself to be recorded outside an arms deal is exactly how you wind up on True Crime Loser. Same with letting Papa Smurf memorize your driver's license. Ace Hardware has plenty of perfectly deadly weapons we can buy without so much as a second glance from the cashier. A Gerber machete and a can of bear mace go a long way, especially if they don't see it coming. Of course, no backsies is the second rule of arms dealing. So once we have the gun, there's no going back. Although that doesn't necessarily mean we have to use it. After all, in a town this small, there's no telling if Rembrandt here is actually Billy's uncle. Doesn't matter how discreet he is now. If he finds out we popped someone close to him, he's for sure going to turn us in. For someone without any firearms experience, it couldn't hurt to pick up a few pointers from someone in the know. The faster we can get away from this guy, the better. Besides, just because he's selling guns to strangers doesn't mean he knows the first thing about them. Probably be better off going back to the old man at the gun store to have him show us the ropes, and maybe snag a proper concealment holster while we're at it. There's only so much you can learn from GunTube anyways. Satisfied with her ability to shoot garbage at point-blank range, Katrina heads back into town to put her plan into action. Parking some distance away from the target's house, she hops a retaining wall into the backyard before tying a bandana around her face and creeping in through an unlocked door. Gun drawn, she carefully skulks through the house,